Hello, everyone. Welcome to another awesome episode of Alice and Chill. I am back hosting Open Mic. I'm Sharina, the creative producer on My Neighbor Alice, and I'm so happy to have you all here with me today for a super special episode because we have the ultimate champion who used to be our community manager, the one and only Kaido. He used to host this Alice and Chill before he passed it over to me. So, welcome, my friend. We finally have you on Open Mic, and I'm so excited that you're here.
Yo, I'm back. I'm back, Pozos. No, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the invite. I've been following you, Sharina, and Tasso, like doing this for long. So very, very stoked to be here. We met in Cannes. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Cannes. We met in France at the event. So that was very, very great. And yeah, no, I mean, I'm still much around. I think like I log in to the Discord once a week to check what's going on,
Yeah.
to check on Shaq as well. That Shaq doesn't do anything wrong, or Jazer. I'm kidding, but yeah, no, great to be here. It's great to be here.
Yes, we're so happy to have you here. And trust me, we notice when you're back. We notice when you're checking in. So Um, yeah, I mean, we all miss you. The community, I'm sure, is gonna go crazy when they all. This seems like they're all finding out that you're on Alice and Chill right now. So, come in, say hello. Any questions you have for Kaido, drop them in the comments. We'll answer them. We're going to be streaming Alice while Kaido plays. While I grill you with some questions. But yeah, I'm so happy that we were able to meet this summer in Cannes. That was spectacular because sometimes you don't meet people that you're talking to online. So you were there with the Bosu team, and we were so happy to be sharing the event with you. So um, just tell us before we get into the game and start asking more deeper questions, like how have you been since you moved on from Alice? How have things been going for you? How was Can for you and the team? And give us all the updates.
Yeah, no, I mean things have been great. I may be lagging a bit. Not sure.
Yeah, maybe.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I was saying that everything is going well. With Final Boss, we launched. Who knows me from the past knows how much like I love anime and such. So it was just like the right move at the right time for me. But obviously, I always like root for my neighbor Alice, and I always like being around and such. I think that if I play the game while I stream, I'm gonna lag big time. So let me
Yeah,
try to
I
yeah, let
think
me
you're
just try to. Oh,
perfect.
there you are. Okay, now you can see me. Perfect. Sorry.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, I was saying that everything went well. Obviously, busy times, a busy, very busy periods, a lot of stuff to do. Also, fungible, like being my other focus, right? So yeah, a lot to do. It's good to be in this space in Web3 and keep working hard. It's part of the game, right?
Hmm.
And you can blame the game, but you also can blame the gamers, and I'm one of those. I should take a break sometimes and such, but I'm not able to do so. So so that's where I am, basically like before, exactly like before.
Just all over the place, just being Kaido
Yeah, all
being
over the place.
Kaidoing. Yeah. How did you find Can being at Can? How was the event for you?
Good. It was good. So the highlight was that we hosted events with you guys, and not saying that because I'm here, but just because like I truly believe it. Because to be honest, like these events, like Web3 events and such, I'm a big fan of them because obviously you create connections and you meet people and you meet the people that you have like playing with or talking to for a long time. But at the same time, from a builder perspective, they are also a very like stress on operations and this and that. So you have to run, you have to do this and that. You guys know as well. So
Yeah.
it's it's nice on the one side, but on the other side, like people think like, oh, you're going for holiday. That's fine. I'm like, no chance. Like that's completely different. Then once everything is settled, then you can like relax a bit, obviously, and start chatting. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun experience.
Yeah,
Will
I
they go again? I'm not sure. I don't know, but it was a fun experience.
was that. Well, no, you've been at. Have you been? You've been at CC before last year
CC were in
in Brussels.
no. Oh yeah, I've been there, but I've been only for the Azuki event.
Okay, okay. So
I
you're
went there
kind
for
of,
the-
but you're familiar with like the stress that comes with all of these like events. Yeah. So that was, I mean, like, I totally agree. It was such a great time. And it was, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, you get to go vacation. I'm like, this isn't vacation, you guys. Like, this is work. Like, we're there networking. We're waking up early. We're going to bed late. We're hosting the event. We're dealing with all the issues that are coming, like, the technical issues that we dealt with at the beginning of the event and all that. But like, it's always so worth it because, yeah, you get to meet each other in person. You get to meet different communities. You get to, expose different people to the brands that you're working with. And everybody, was having such a great time at our event. Joanna and I were like so biased that we said that that was the best event that happened at CC this year. So we loved it, and we got lots of great feedback from everybody that was there, which is really nice. So was really glad to get you on a live stream for Allison Chill there, and then now I get
Yeah, that was unexpected, and I was on a call with my girlfriend, with my boss, as I call her, and she was like, "No, don't put me on camera." So I turned her on camera. She went back to check it out. She was like, "You put me on camera." So that was fun. No, but it was good also, like that we could play the game directly there. That was amazing, and that's why like I love the browser version
yeah,
finally, because
yeah,
now we can play it whenever we want. It works well, at least. Obviously, I'm not saying like probably bugs or whatever. Like I didn't find any. I also don't play every day, right? Like I play once or twice a week, but I play much more often than before because it just makes it so easy. And I have a Mac, right? So I had like to send to Stefania my PC gaming PC. So I had my Windows, but it sucked. So yeah,
mhm,
I'm very happy that we have these the browser version. I think it's the biggest unlock of this
yeah.
season.
Yeah, it was so crazy to me because when we were showcasing the game at the event, we all had Macs. I think there was one Windows computer, and I was like, "Yo, like we we wouldn't have been able to do this before." Like that's why browser is so important. Like a lot of people have Macs, so now there's like a whole other audience of people that are able to experience Alice because
Yeah,
it's available on browser,
yeah,
it's available on Mac. So go play it if you haven't played it yet. If you've got
100%.
Mac, you can
It's
play it.
fun. It's fun a lot. You also added a lot of stuff, guys, like the slides and stuff like that. When I tested it in Cannes, it was the first time, because I was playing that even before Cannes, but like I didn't know about that option. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it was fun. There were also some kids, so we let them play a
Yeah.
bit. That was fun as well. I think it's great. And for onboarding, right, and all the retention kind of part, it's something cool. I know that probably, and this is me speaking from a community perspective and OG super neighbors, the OG rules. I know that is a lot to take, probably, like in terms of changes and in terms of like priorities and the waves and everything. But I think it's something that's gonna really um, elevate the experience for everyone, because I mean, at the end of the day, like a game that is played by so many people, like is much more fun than a game that stays like on the minimum basis of players, right? So I think that the journey that Moneyball Alice had is brilliant. Not to pat my back, but like I really like the fact that when we did the first waves last year, like the community, the super neighbors and OGs, they were very active, so much active, so strong, like with such a strong connection, and they helped whoever was coming in, right? And I
Mhm.
see this like happening on Nevles after 1 year with new waves, with a new browser and such. So I'm very proud of that. Like that's something that makes me smile every time that I see it. Obviously, you have like some bozos that I'm gonna call out later from the super neighbors, but I need to bring some chaos into that chat. But no, yeah, it's been great to see the journey that and that the community had,
Yeah.
right?
That's great. I mean, yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to ask you too, because you were here since last year, and so you've seen how the games evolved, you've seen how the communities evolved. You were such a huge part of the community, and we were, missing you so much when you left. So that's great to get your thoughts on how you've seen the evolution of Alice since last year. It's continuing to grow as well, and like we are inviting now big brands into our game, to expand our world more and to have those communities influence how our game is being shaped. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Bosu as well, because the passion that is put into the Bosu brand is amazing. Coming from three brothers and their childhood passion of everything when they created the brand, and exactly how like you guys are having the community put their input into like the story and everything else. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about the Bosu community and how it's been after you left Alice. You're over there now. What are you doing on Bosu? You guys had a huge mint earlier this year as well. And I remember when the hype was happening around all that in April. So maybe you can talk a little bit about that and how it was being there when you guys dropped that mint in April.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a wild ride. Obviously, so I mean, you guys know me, so I'm just gonna go for the kill. Like, this pace is crazy, right? Is just crazy, this pace, and sometimes you have to run marathon that you are equipped, but definitely that puts you on maximum stress levels. um I like those levels. I think Muto Kuma was here in the chat surfing the know that that I operate better when chaos is around me. um but yeah, it's been a beautiful journey. We started like as soon as like started to focus on Final Bozu. We started like to the journey towards the mint, and then we had certain delays which became a cultural aspect of it, like not days but weeks, and all of that. There were some mistakes, some missteps, but obviously those are like just natural when you start, when you want to build something that's gonna be iconic. So yeah, the mint went well, was very stressful, but went very well, extremely well. The hype was there, the reveal as well. Now after what happens after that is definitely even more chaos, right? Because you have so many angles. You have the angle. It's like my neighbor Alice, right? Like I always said this to the team, but to the players as well, to the community. Like at one point, you will need to expand, right? Because the Web3 audience won't be enough at one point.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that from a realistic perspective, that the players are out there in the world. It doesn't matter which kind of web, be it Web 0, Web 3, Web 4, call it whatever, but like
Exactly.
they
It's
are out
really
there,
true.
and
Hmm.
you need to conquer them, right? And doing partnerships, doing collabs, having all of that like will work, will do well, but at one point won't be enough, right? So I just think that for Final Bozu, but also for Moneyball Alias, like I think that's like the natural progress, right? Like build a very strong core Web3 community or digital community from the Web3 space, and take that core as part of the team almost, and build with them the journey that's gonna bring you to the millions players out there. So it's the same thing that we are doing with Final Bozu. It's exactly the same thing. We are trying to get our anime out there. We're gonna get our anime out there, but you still need to work on the Web3 side of things, right? So the attention game, collabs, etc., etc., which is not boring. I say that like as is a boring thing. It's a very active and very uh, hey, it's very active thing, but it's cool, right? It's
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, that's something that we talk about often as well, is like how do we onboard like an audience outside of Web3 into Alice, and like it's the same thing for your anime. But I think what is the happy medium, like right now we do have to try our best to attract like the Web3 audience, because that's where like our strongest output is, and like our strongest fan base is, and then everything kind of like comes afterwards. So like yeah, so definitely like with attracting like brands in, like we have a partnership with Elle and Alice, and that was a really good play for us to try and get in like a
Yeah,
different audience, which we still have in the game. And then with Bosu and your anime, like you guys had I won't want to say this right, Bosupreneur competition.
yeah,
And so that is really cool because you're getting pitches from the community, you're putting their input into your brand, and it's like decentralized franchising. So the thing that I love about that is that then the community becomes like they have a part of ownership into the story that's happening with Bosu. Whereas like, you know, even in traditional media, like I used to work for DreamWorks and Netflix in the past. I've worked with those big clients. And like, I don't know if you've noticed now, but a lot of those big studios, those corporate studios, they keep pumping out like prequels and sequels to movies and like TV shows and things like that, or like IPs that already exist, because I feel like they're too scared to take a chance on any like new original IPs out there because they don't know if it's going to land well. So instead of taking a risk and going with a new IP, they just do what they think works best. For example, with The Lion King, there's now like a prequel called Mufasa. I'm all for watching things like that because like, those are our childhood movies and I die for those, but like how many Jurassic Parks can you make before like the dinosaurs won't exist anymore, So having Bosu take a completely like different path with this and putting the community ownership and the community ideas and all that so that they shape your world is really amazing because like that's something that we want in
yeah,
Alice when with adding brands in. So I don't know if you have anything to say about that, maybe.
yeah. I mean, it's. Um, so we are definitely like trying to build a culture here, right? Like rather than just like a company and such. And the against the odds, which is our motto, um, it's definitely that kind of like thing, right? I mean, Alice and Chill like started as a kind of like motto, right? Like as a kind of like culture, um, and it's the same thing here, right? So it's not easy, right? Because like I'm trying to find the words like to say this like in in a very, because in my head it's very clear, but like it's tough, the journey to bring your community on all the time, have the right communication, the right sequence of a communication, the right like way of bringing that communication into the community and such. Um, it's like they own our NFTs, right? What does that mean? They
Mm-hmm.
own the Lumaluna lands. What does that mean? That like they have a really different significance, right? Like and they also have like different parallels. Like I'm going too much deep into this stuff, but like basically what I'm trying to say is that it's a beautiful and rewarding journey to get your community on, to actually
Mm-hmm.
allow your community to grow that seed that you planted, right? That's culture, because it's not yours to be grown by. It's by the community. If you are in this business, is in this space. It's all about community, and but it's also very challenging. It's rewarding, but it's also very challenging because we are a worldwide community. Common sense is often lacking, not because of people being stupid or such, but because of like obviously having different cultures and different like standards. If I spit for you is something disrespectful. If I blow my nose is all these like little differences. Like, so I think it takes a really good people to be part of the community, and really good people to guide it towards that freedom that the community deserves. So
I think
yeah,
what you guys are doing though is like it's really cool like with that type of like competition because you're getting like pitches essentially from the community, right? To for different ideas. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be just for anime, but for like merch or other things too that maybe like can you tell me a little bit about the competition and like what inspired you guys to do that? I mean, obviously because you want to get the community involved. And I do agree with what you're saying because it really just depends on like, how they want to put themselves into the brand. So that's where I think that when you guys receive the ideas, then you can, do a good job at like reviewing all of them and seeing like how you can work with everything and input that into the brand. So what was basically, yeah, like the inspiration behind like having that competition come up, do you know?
Yeah. I mean, definitely, it's something similar to what I've done also to in my neighbor Alice. So the competition was made by the three brothers, by Kevin. He designed it. The three brothers are the founders, and the purpose was literally like, to see who has ideas for IPs and such, to build around our IP, but also to create their paths, because it's always a double-edged sword, right? Where on one side we have the proliferation of our IP, on the other side you have the proliferation of careers, right? Like, if we can create an opportunity, that's everything it matters to me, right? Like, if I can uh, install in you like a sense of like change and revolution, or just like gets against the odds to where you want to get to, if I can inspire even one person, it means that I'm doing my job right. So I think that was like the spark that got Kevin, the founder, to do that competition. And obviously we all said yes. We all like pushed for it, and it was a beautiful competition, to be honest. The brother, they ideated it, they created it, they launched it, and they saw all the projects. It was great. It was a great one. And yeah, the purpose, it was just like to highlight and and hopefully inspire community to build whatever the hell they want, because that's what everyone should do. And that's, to a certain extent, is very similar to what we did with my neighbor Alice at the beginning, where a lot of people were like asking, oh, can we have a feedback channel, can we do this and that? And I hate it. I hate feedback channels, not because I hate feedback, but because I hate that become cemeteries,
Yeah.
graveyard of good ideas.
Yeah.
And I hate it. Like, it's something that I hate when people ask me, like on Discord or whatever, like several, they ask me like, can we create this channel? I say no, like, hell no, because it's something that I really hate. However, when you have like a system of super neighbors, OGs, a kind of like a kind of like how do I say that, like a leveled kind of like a community experience,
Mhm.
you get the feedback automatically to the team in
Mhm.
a very much organic way, right? Because now the super neighbors, they're gonna have like a stronger voice, the OGs as well, and then you have all the new players, right? So you have a system that incentivize people to say things, and incentivize the team to ask them to say things, right? Like, so it's a cycle that works very well, and I really love that my neighbor Alice worked. And I've seen Tassel, like Tassel and Super Neighbors conversations and such. Like, I see everything, guys. By the way, yeah, Muto, like, I see everything, every single
He's
message
watching,
in
he's
the last like
watching.
7 months and such. Like, I've seen them all. I've read them all. Yeah, because like I like to check like what's going on. And I think that's Super Neighbors, like that's why I said earlier that I know that it's not easy sometimes, right? Like, with all these changes for OGs and super neighbors, I know it's not easy. It's overwhelming sometimes. Like, we like things how they were. Like, it was fun when we were like 20, and now we are 100, and we need to fix like all of this stuff, and the Chrome version and the browser version and bugs. It's gonna come the time that everything will be fixed, but
Mhm.
but it's good to knowledge progression and to keep the structure, community structure of the society to keep like running smoothly with feedback
Yeah.
received. Yeah,
Definitely. I think that also, like, those types of channels work when you have, like, a strong enough community that will communicate it, or you have a team that's, like, dedicated to really putting the community suggestions or feedback into your project or into your game. So, like, we definitely have that on Alice, and I know that you guys do on Bosu as well, but, so I think that's why it works. Otherwise, yeah, you're right. I think that it can just become a cemetery of text that nobody ever checks, unfortunately. And I know that that has happened to many projects in the past. So, luckily, our communities are strong, and the people who are working on our projects are super passionate. I wanted to ask you, kind of like, how did you get into Web3 in the first place? Like, did you start off as a community member somewhere? Like, how did you
yeah.
even
It was
ex-
crazy. I almost got rugged the first
what?
time.
Say that
I
again.
almost got rugged.
What?
So, yeah, but I almost did, because like so basically 433 is a football page I mean soccer for you, but football page in on Instagram, and they were promoting these NFTs. I was like, what the hell? Like they have millions of followers and they're promoting NFTs. Was that not a scam or stuff like that? So I
Was
started like to join their Discord, and I
like
was
back
like,
in 2021 or
yeah,
2020?
that was 2020, like
2020.
2020. Yeah, it's
Hindsight.
like the end of 2020, and yeah, actually it was summer. Yeah, so 5 years ago, and I started like going on the Discord. I mean, it was COVID, right? We didn't have much to do, so I kept like talking there, chatting there, etc., etc. And at one point, they were about to mint, but I didn't have the money to mint, so I didn't mint. The next day, it was a rug. However, so I was lucky. I got not scammed. However, then like the team, etc., I ended up with Metaverse. I don't know if you know the page Metaverse on Instagram with the
Yeah,
tree.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Metaverse. So I ended up like in their community. They were launching also a project. Roberto RPN, who's a very big content creator. Um, and founder of the page Metaverse, his sister wrote Stranger Things.
Mm.
So she was a writer from Hollywood. He was like this content creator, tech and everything. He wanted to do an NFT project, so he decided to put her in charge of this, and they created MV3, which was an NFT project of characters and such that was meant to be the next Marvel, stuff like that. It didn't end well. They minted out, everything was okay, but it didn't end well because of like certain like team things. I joined the team when things were not going well. There you are. So a few people left, and I took the position of head of community, and and yeah, that's how I start. Like I
That's
started
it.
like hell. I started off with cows, and I still bring that cows with me everywhere I go. So
Amazing. I mean, you grow through adversity, right? So you started off that way, and now look at you, 5 years later.
yes,
Well,
still in adversity, even worse than before, with no sleep and no breaks and stuff like that. What the hell is going
crazy,
on, guys? I'm joking.
crazy. But I bet you wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, no, but it's good. That's the beauty of the space, right? We can complain as much as we want, but we are at the frontier of something cool or something
Exactly.
new. Is we are the generation in the middle, right? Like where we cannot discover the Earth, we cannot go into space. So let us at least like discover internet. Like
Hey, who
that's
said that we can't go into space? We don't know what
like,
the future holds yet.
there you are. You know, it's this way. So yeah, no, it's been great. I think it's tough working Web3. I think it's you really need to have like a strong will,
Yeah.
and you need to have fun as well a bit in this chaos. So yeah,
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, yeah, that's it, right? Like every time I talk to like somebody about my job and they ask how I got into it and all this, I'm like, I always knew that it would be a little bit risky going in just because it's such a new space. I mean, even though it's been around for 5 years, it's still quite new. I feel like people, there's always going to be resistance to new things that come up. People are always going to be resistant to change, but I think that like in 5 years from now, hopefully like our industry would have doubled or tripled or quadrupled, because I think once you really start learning the ins and outs of the industry and seeing how passionate people are working on these projects, and what the value and the messaging is behind a lot of the projects, it really makes you gravitate towards that. And like I really love connecting with people, just on like a deep level. I love hosting Alice and Chill. I love chatting. So like I think that being in this industry has been really wonderful for that reason, because I'm always very curious why people had gotten in the first place. A lot of people obviously got in around the time of the hype back in 2020,
yeah,
2020. And then I've met a lot of people that have just gotten in recently, like myself, like a few years ago. So um, there's always different stories, to it. But what kept you in it? Because and then how is it like being part of like multiple communities, like as a community member? Like how do you juggle that? Like how do you remember everybody? Like
that's crazy. Yeah, it's funny because like in real life, I often struggle with names. I'm gonna say this. I often more than often I struggle with names. I can't remember names, guys. it's not disrespect. It's
Oh,
just
kind
my brain. It works that way. So in Italy, we have this like way of saying in Tuscany where I live, chicha or chicha, and I call like everyone that way. Like even my friends, my dearest friends, like I call all of them, even my parents, I call them that way. It's like calling Jude your father, like it's kind of stuff like that. And I do that because like it's really a struggle sometimes with names. Now in Web3, it's even harder because you don't know half of these people for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's just being genuine, right? Like if you like something, be part of it. If you don't like it, why you're part of it?
Hmm.
I see a lot of people like forcing themselves into stuff they don't like just because it's convenient to them, because it's the right opportunity for them, or whatever the hell they think. I'm not like that. I don't work like that. If I really like something, I'm gonna be part of it. I'm gonna give my heart to that, and no matter how many people I have to message every day, right? And that's as easy as that, right? Like I kept myself only to kind of like main jobs, which is like Unfungible and Final Bozu, and I talk with thousands of people a day. Like with Unfungible, we have like so many partners within the network. I have like at least 600, 700 Telegram chats, and with Final Bozu on Discord X, like I try to keep like my window open for everyone during the day. I jump on one-on-one calls, so I'm always talking to people, and I guess that's it, right? Like I know I'm like that's kind of like tough. Like I try to give like the tough love, like the like on one side I'm gonna slap you in the face, but on the other one I'm gonna give you the shake your hand. So I'm always that kind of guy, but at the end of the day, I think it's people that keeps me here, and
Yeah.
that my line of work has always been that my passion. Even when I used to play Habbo back in the days, 10 years ago, when I was like a kid, and I was there like trying to be a helper for people because I don't know what I see in people, but there is something that makes me curious and to learn more about them and to be there with them. So I think
Yeah.
people kept me here.
I mean, that's great because yeah, I obviously you've been destined to be in this position since you were a kid. I mean, if
I
you're playing
hate people,
games,
but I need to deal with people. Imagine.
yeah. I know it's a love-hate relationship. I know that. I feel that. I get that all the time too. But I mean, wow, like I mean, yeah, if you were younger and you wanted to help people play games, I mean, you're really in the perfect position now, aren't you? Because as part of a community, like you help a lot of people, you help them grow, you connect them, you connect with them, and like that is one of the basis of Web3 that I find is connection. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
you just meet people based off of like the person who they are. And I really love what you said about like, not forcing yourself to be part of something that you don't want to be part of just because you think it's like a good opportunity or something like that. Like when I came onto Alice, like I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know anything about this industry. I was really just taking a leap of faith, but I got to know the game, before I took the leap. And because I resonated so much with the messaging that was coming out of the game, even though it was, very early on in the stages of alpha, when I came on board, like that's really what pushed me into the game. And then I started learning more about Web3 when I got into the industry and meeting the people, and they were so passionate. And I really fell in love with it. So that's why I've
Yeah.
lasted here for like 3 years. And obviously now you with Bosu, you've always been a lover of anime. So, like 5 years ago, would you have ever thought that you'd be working so closely with an amazing anime brand like this?
No, I had no idea. Like I literally had no idea. Like, and that's crazy thing. Like when once I joined the MV3 team and universe, I was like, damn, I'm gonna hit Hollywood. Like I work with a Hollywood star basically. Like it's like someone that's really really um,
Yeah.
worked there. So I was like, damn, like I'm in that circle. I'm gonna get there. I'm creative. I love creativity. I love to write. Like I'm gonna get there. And then everything fell. And now I have like this big shot with Final Boss, right? And I'll make sure that doesn't go bad, right? So the team is amazing. the brothers are top-notch founders. I just love them. The team as well is, we are a small team, but it's made of brilliant people, very, very, very boomers, but brilliant people. uh, Very pleasant to work with, and best in their fields. So I think that we have all the elements to really succeed, and that common sense that make us realize and put things into context. Because I think it's very important to put things into context. Yes, dream as big as you can. Never let allow anyone to stop you from dreaming. But at the same time, know how to read the room when you need to read the room.
Mhm.
That's the thing, and I think that our team has that. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like I know a bit about the founder's journey to getting to Bosu. So yeah, I can imagine that you go through a lot of ups and downs. I mean, like everyone that I have really spoken to on Alice and Chill, like any founders, like spoken to Spike from Persona, like I know his journey as well. I mean, we know our journey on Alice. It's you have to go through those ups and downs, and that's why I really love, the underlying message from Bosu is against all odds, like you said, but like growth through adversity. Because I really don't think that you can learn unless you go through certain challenges in life, and you have to overcome them. Because if you just get handed everything on a silver platter, I mean, what are you learning? If you're not learning any lessons or having to go through really tough times in life, you're just going to be the same person forever. And that's not fun. You got to evolve with the world, you got to adapt to things. And so I feel like, I mean, our messaging from Alice and Bosu, they seem to align, and I really love that about our projects. So I'm glad that we could have a chat about that.
100%. I see also the chat. Our dear Bong. Yo, Bong, you are a lady, man. Oh,
Who do
you,
you miss most
you
out of the
have the same
Alice
background, Lady
community here,
Kaito.
Kaido?
Sorry.
Who do you miss most out of this community here on Alice?
Oh,
Let's,
yeah. It's
let's
tough.
stir the pot a little bit, guys.
It's tough. It's tough to tell. Like it's all of them, to be honest. Like it's but all of them is like the standard, like kind of
I
like
know,
thing.
but you know what? I agree because they're all great. Like I couldn't
No,
even.
they are all great. I mean, that's why you get the super neighbors, right? Like you get the super neighbors because like it means that they're like the highest knobs and gamers. No, I'm kidding, but no, because like they're the ones that really like you. So I think that time is the most valuable thing in world, right? Like you can get enough of everything, money, whatever, like you want, but like time is time. You cannot f around with time. So
Yeah.
the thing is that super neighbors, they really have given their time, like a lot of times, like it's they always give their time to my neighbor Alice. They gave their time to me. So I'm very extremely grateful for that. And this goes beyond, business, goes beyond like whatever. Like it's purely like super neighbors to me is like it's like almost a family, right? Like it's obviously it's not a family in the sense that I talk to them every day, but like it's that family that I found in this angle of the world, digital world, which is my neighbor Alice, and I will always like carry with me, right, and be there. Like I
Mhm.
cannot talk like for 6 months, and I get back in the chat and I feel like okay, I'm still here, right? So and that's how it is in life, right? Like you don't see people for like a lot of time, but that doesn't mean that something is wrong, right? So
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think that's all of them like gave me different things, right? Like you have Jark was like a brilliant mind. He also jumped on Alice and Chill. You have Bong. With Bong we always like fighting, and, and that's always cool. Then you have Muto, Kuma, uh, so many like that. Muto and Kuma are really like pro players, like literally Ademark. It's a lot of people that's really like left their mark in me in different ways. Soju, Mario, like Blood Moon. There are so many, and I think
Mhm.
that all of them brought valuable things to the game, to the community, to me as for Kaito, and I think they're gonna like keep contributing as much as they do. I've changed a long time ago. Besides Bonk, you won't change ever. Right? I'm still gonna destroy your land, bro. Like,
Well, we love Bong. We love Bong as he is. So stay you, be you, because we want you and Alice as you are.
yeah, sure. She's saying that just because she's working right now, my friend.
I'm working, I'm the
Nobody
host.
likes you.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
One
Well,
love,
I'm
bro.
like,
One love.
I'm so glad you're here, Kaido. It's so lovely to see your face. I always ask this question, but
Go
in
for it.
5 years' time, like, what are your predictions for Web3? What do you think is going to happen? Because, like,
We're
if
gonna go broke. We're gonna go broke as hell, and we're gonna keep playing Medieval Alice with rented lands, like me, by the way.
that is not the prediction that we wanted today.
I'm kidding. Um, I mean, Web three, I think, gonna expand into something that's hopefully won't be called ever again Web three, Web two, Web one, but will be just like a natural like progression. Um, I think it would be more curious to understand and try to predict what's gonna happen to certain brands, certain companies, and such. Right? Like
Mhm.
as I said earlier, like Moneyball, Alice, Final Bozu, Unfungible, all these companies that are within my reach. How they're gonna expand? Who's gonna win? Not win on top like versus other, but who's gonna win their own race because it's you versus you. Who's gonna succeed and get out there? Who's gonna make it basically? And I think that we all have like a very good shot. It's gonna be about taking the right steps, the right hire, and have the right people around you, find the right opportunities for yourself as well. So yeah, I guess we will see, but I'm very optimistic. I'm very looking forward very much to what's gonna be next because I think it's gonna be great. We're gonna see a lot of blood. I think we're gonna see a lot of like failing ecosystems, but I think that we're gonna see a lot of good ones. And I mean, Chromia, Manable Alice, very solid to for the future, in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's going to be, yeah, like you said, I mean, the market could sometimes be volatile. I think that, like, there are a lot of projects that start and end, before they can really get anywhere. But there are a lot of projects that have been sustained for quite a while, like Minera Alice is one of them. So I think that there's going to be like a rebirth in the Web3 industry coming soon. Because
Yeah.
people keep asking me that too, like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, is this industry going to stay around? Like, it's literally not going anywhere. Like, I think that once you're in it, like, you can kind of see that, like, it is always going to be here. I think to what capacity is like what we're trying to figure out. And I think we're going to see that over the next few years. But I think we're going to see it in a really great way because I think all it takes is for people to really embrace and understand the idea of decentralization. And I don't think enough people really understand that um, in this industry and like what you can really do with it and how you can be an owner and how you can have your input, put in and feel like you're part of something bigger than what you normally would be. So I feel like all of those things are ingredients, for a recipe for success for our industry, for our projects. But yeah, I mean,
Damn, that was well said.
oh, oh,
So
thanks.
should I do the questions next time? Like you invite me and I do the questions. Like my answers were all like, yeah, I don't know how to say this. It makes sense in my head.
Hey,
Like your
I
answer was
learned
like,
from the
oh,
master, okay? You
yeah,
handed down the torch to me. This was your show before I
yeah.
got
This was thankfully was thankfully was and not is because like I wouldn't be able to talk like no more. Yeah, I'm yeah. But anyway, no, GG. I really love the answer there.
here. Ah, you're the best. You're the best. Well, um, we love you here. I'm so happy. I'm so sad that it took like 4 months to get you back on, but here we are.
I'm a busy guy.
Better late than never.
My fault. My fault. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take it. Like it's definitely my fault. But look, it's
No,
even after this like streaming, we have like a space later. Like with Unfungible, we have like so many spaces happening like in 8 minutes. So
yeah.
I'm always like all over the place. So I'm happy. I'm happy that you invited me. I'm happy that I can play during the weekends because, like, literally, that's what I do sometimes. Like, I just join and play like around when I can. Now probably now is a bit of time that I don't do it. It's like a few weeks, but I need to get back at it. But I really like the browser version. Like,
You'll be
Thankfully,
one of us.
thank you, my neighbor Alice team. Thank you, Steve, or whoever like is there. The dev, the famous dev,
Tom,
um, the devs.
Tom,
Tom, there you are.
shout
I need
out.
to meet them. I need to meet Jenny as well. Like shout out to her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I miss the team. I miss the team.
we all miss you. Well,
I don't miss Joanna and Stefania though. Let me say this. And who's the other guy? Decky. Decky, I don't miss you. Brother, I don't miss you.
oh,
I'm
don't
kidding.
worry. The conversations that we have about you behind the scenes, kind of. I'm just kidding.
Yo, you guys are probably trolling me in the chats right now. I'm trolling you in live stream. Who's better? Huh? Check it out.
Exactly, exactly. Well, we know where to find you because you are all over the place, so I'll definitely find you
Yeah,
somewhere.
you can just scream Kaito. I'm gonna appear.
Yes,
I don't
exactly.
grant wishes though, guys.
Go in,
So
yeah, go in the mirror and turn around and say Kaido 3 times. And you'll
yeah.
well, we should definitely get you on a Let's Play with Tassel at some point. So you guys,
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask Tatsu to participate to one of those.
yes, you should. It would be great.
I think one is gonna be let's play open mic.
Yeah.
Oh, what time is it? It's September. Okay, second game night. The
Yes.
12th, right?
We'll get you on. We'll get you all the details. We'll have Tassel reach out and we'll
Yeah.
set it up. So
I like how the events on the Discord is still created by me. It's the same event that I created a long time ago. I like
it's
that.
you're always going to be here, just floating in the
Yeah.
background. Well, we're going to wrap up here because I know you got a place to go. I got a meeting to take, but thank you so much for being here. Do you have any last words before we sign off today?
Go to Bong's land and burn it to the ground. That's my invitation for all the super neighbors.
You heard it here first. You heard it here
There
first.
you are. There you are. No,
Thank
all good. Thank you so much for the invite. It was a lovely. I don't do too much like these things. Like I do my own streamings, but like where like a jump on as a guest is a different thing. But this felt like a mind streaming because I mean at the end of the day, it's us. My land. He said that my land is already smoking, bro. But yeah, no. Thank you for the invite, and yeah, talk to you soon.
Anytime, anytime. Thank you, Kaido. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to our wonderful community. We will be back soon. So keep an eye out on our X page for that info. And have a nice day, everybody. We will talk to you later. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.